It's harder and harder to do this video again. Okay. So unfortunately, that storytime video I was talking about, I recorded. I figured out my mic was muted. Now this one's gonna be the same kind of video, informational about what I went through today. If you know me in my personal life, you know that sadly, after 8 years, my dog had to be put down because she had cancer. Um, sorry, I just put my mic. Uh, I'm still going through it, y'all. Just bear with me. I know I haven't been uploading or streaming the past months or so, but you know, I'll get back into the flow of things. School's about to start, so it's gonna be a little hard, but I'm gonna try to get back into the flow of things. So basically, earlier, about I don't know, I think it was like 5 p.m. I choked that double. My mom woke me up and said, "Hey, I'm cooking dinner. This dog is having these seizures, and I can't take care of her while I'm trying to cook dinner for you guys. Can you come, watch her, make sure nothing bad happens to her?" Like, she's been having seizures, so all right. I'll just, watch over for a little bit. Nothing should go wrong, because her seizures are usually she would just lay down and shake, like she was cold. I didn't know that her seizures had gotten this bad. Like, her seizures are getting worse. So, I'm sitting downstairs, with my mom. Things are going nice, normal. I'm lagging. Um, Dogs, she looks a little lost and confused. And okay, maybe she's just, she's a little confused or something. Seizures can do that to people. It can cause brain damage. She can still be going through it. So, we're just, we're waiting. We're seeing if, all she needs is some time, lay down, take a break, chill out for a minute. My dad pulls in the driveway and my dog's just laying on the floor. She's not moving. She's not responding to anybody. But this dude decides to concussion me. He comes home, she's laying there, she's not responding to anybody talking to her. And she's just laying there, like, emotionless, she's not moving, nothing. So I'm like, okay, is she about to go into a seizure? So I'm standing there and my dad is really warm-hearted. He may seem like a big tough dude, but inside he's got that weak spot. So we're like, "Dad, stay in there. She's going through it. Just, we don't want you to see this. We don't want to, we don't want you to hurt. We don't want you to worry that much." So he's like, "No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go in there." So he walks into our dining room. I've seen dogs on the ends of streets dead, and it hasn't hit me like this. So I'm sitting there, I'm chilling. This dude's camping in our spawn point. I'm doing garbage. But sorry. She starts like, dude, when I say this was a full-on seizure, dude, her legs are like, dude, she's flopping like a fish throughout our dining room. Dude, and she stopped, after that she stops. I'm in my room crying because, this dog has been there for me for so long. It's unreal how long that dog has been in this house. I'm shaking up. I'm like, dude, if I lose this dog, dude, I'm gonna go crazy. I don't know what I'll do. So that Caesar ends up stopping. She gets up. She's confused. She doesn't recognize anybody. She doesn't know what's going on. She's just sitting there. She's growling at me because I think her mind is telling her, like, who are these people? So, we think she's okay. She's just walking around. She just needs a break. Blah, blah, blah. Okay? So she's laying there in the living room. She's, she wants to get up because she doesn't want to lay down. I feel like she feels like if she lays down, her body's going to lose it or something. So, she's laying there. And there's 4 men in there. And she's just sitting there, Then she starts having another one. Let me mind you, this is all in the span of like an hour, maybe not even an hour. So she's having multiple seizures in minutes. This was probably the scariest experience of my life, guys. So she's sitting there shaking, kicking her legs, foaming at the mouth. Her mouth is just wide open, her eyes are open, dude. It's like she's dying while just laying there. So, you know, we call our vet, our local vet. They say, we're about to close. We'll recommend you to this veterinarian hospital in the city nearby. So she recommends us this hospital nearby. We call them. They say to get the dog there as soon as possible. She said, don't waste any time. You know, they seem worried. Like, you know, it's not good when a vet seems worried. So we take her in. The vet's like, you know, she had a seizure when we brought her back here. We had to give her we had to sedate her. So she, you know, this is to stop the seizure. You know, they sedated her, they gave her that medicine, whatever the sedation drug is. You know, we're like, okay, well, you know, we can do blood work. They said her blood glucose has been dropping rapidly. They said, you know, normally in a human it's like 60 and hers is at like 20 something. So they gave her glucose, you know, takes her up to 160, I think, or 120, he said. I can't remember the exact number. But, you know, we're like, okay, what does this mean? He has a long barrel on that, doesn't he? No, that thing does not mark you from that far away. But anyway, we're like, okay, so what's this mean? He said a lot of, like, I think the Addison's disease and stuff like that. But he was like, we did, like, you know, some work on her. It doesn't look like Addison's disease. That's what he said. It doesn't look like Addison's disease. Could be a lot worse. You know, and we're like, okay. So my dad says, guys, he tells me and my sister, because my sister had just gotten there as soon as he starts talking about our dog and like everything that could be wrong with him. So, you know, me and my sister walk out. I know what's happening. I know what he's gonna tell this vet. I know, because he had talked about it before we left. He talks about euthanasia. If you guys don't know what euthanasia is, it's basically 2 injections. One puts her to sleep, and the second is what kills her. It's like an overdose of anesthesia, and it basically just stops the heart immediately. He said it's painless and quick. I'm just doing garbage, guys. I'm sorry, this is a hard video. So, you know, he tells my dad, he's like, okay, listen, we can do blood work. I guess it was some kind of pancreatic cancer. Okay. You know, after 8 years of having this dog, man, if she died then and there, then I'm okay with that, because that dog meant the world to me, and, you know, her painless death because she was suffering, just, I say go with it. You know, if she's suffering, man, just let her go. So, you know, my sister's taking it hard. I'm in disbelief. I don't believe what's going on. I'm like, man, this can't be real. You know, there's gotta be some other way. And to be honest, there was no other way. He told us that, man, you could take this thing out in 6 to 8 months, we'd be going through the same process again. I just picked up that dude's gun. He's garbage. I didn't hit that guy. I feel trash. So, you know, we're like, okay, final decision. We gotta put this dog down. We gotta let her go. We gotta, you know, better peacefully than harm. Okay. So, you know, he brings her in, you know, so we can say so we can, you know, see her. I think this was the point where everybody started taking it hard. You know, my dad was crying, I was crying, my sister was crying, my mom was crying. Everybody was taking it. So we all had to come up with the decision. Were we gonna let this dog suffer through all these seizures, or are we just gonna let her go? I said I fully support the decision if we let her go, because I wouldn't want to sit around watching my dog have these seizures and then look at us like she didn't know who we were. It's kind of like after your grandparents go through dementia. They don't remember some people, but they remember some things. But this is different. This was like amnesia. It's like she didn't know anything. So, we're sitting around, we're like, okay, we're gonna put her down. Okay, this is after the dog comes back in. We say hello. We're like, hey, we love you. We're sorry that you're suffering. And the only problem is that she started having another seizure while she was with us. And mind you, my sister hasn't seen one of these seizures yet, so she's tripping. She's crying and she's all over the place. I feel bad for her. Like, it sucks to see that, and I hate it just as much as the next person hated seeing it. Because this dog has been with us for years, and I mean, dude, I'm talking years. She's been there since I've been in elementary school, and I'm almost graduating high school. So, the vet comes in, my dad helps him take her out, and my dad comes back in, and he said, the vet said that he thinks we should put her down, like, there's nothing they can do to save this dog and have her have a happy life. And we're like, I say, okay, I understand. This is what we gotta do. Mind you, I'm breaking down inside, dude. It's just hard. My sister's saying, no, there's gotta be a way. And we're like, there is no way. So, I've always told myself I could not, like I told my dad, I can't stand here while this dude does this euthanasia. I can't. But I did. I was like, I have to be by her when she passes. I don't want to be that person. I'll admit to you guys, when he said her heart stopped beating, I lost it. It's almost like my body just shut off. I couldn't hear anything, I couldn't see anything. All I remember is sliding down in the corner crying. And then my dad picking me up. That's all I can remember from that point. It was hard. This dog will forever, ever be with us. As much as she can. As much as I hated saying goodbye, it's nice to know that she's in peace now, and that she doesn't have to live through all that anymore. My main potato right there. Let me just get down off of there before that dude comes over and shreks my stuff. So he's still up there. I'm gonna leave him be unless he kills a teammate, which he doesn't. But I'll tell you, man, that some people that don't have, an animal or a pet that's just so close to them, they won't understand the pain and the attachment you grow to these animals. And that's the sad part about some things. Because they're like, man, you're crying over a dog. What's wrong with you, man? You must be tripping. And the people that have animals, they understand. They're like, man, you're not tripping, dude. This is a thing that, binds with you like no other. And it's true, because dogs they just grow this attachment to you, and they don't. I just wasted that heat wave, but that's okay. People just don't understand the importance of a pet, of something that will stand by you until we were hoping that dog would be there until we died, but we knew that wasn't a possibility because she was growing so old. Mind you, she was already 8 years old. Boxers don't live that long, but I ran out of bullets. I'll let you guys know, she lived the happiest, healthiest life that a dog could ever ask for. Man, you guys don't understand the time that we have with this dog. I mean, we took her camping. We've done everything that we possibly could to make this dog the happiest dog that you could ever see in your life. The people that are watching this video that have had the pleasure of meeting this dog know that this dog she was special. She was something else. She meant a lot of things to a lot of people, and I don't think a lot of people recognize that. And seriously, those of you that have gotten the pleasure of you guys that I know that are subscribed to my channel, and you see these videos. Sometimes you'll hear me talk. Like if I ever did a live comm, then you would hear me talking to my dog. You know, sometimes I'd ask her to leave. Sometimes that dog would make me mad. The dog would fire me up. But that, at the end of the day, I still love that thing like it was my own. That dog is like a sister, brother, son. It don't matter, guys. It's something that just is like family. That dog became family more than some family we have now. Which is crazy to think. You know, you have a dog that's just more family than actual family. You know, some of our family, we never disown family. We just kind of keep ourselves away from those certain family members, if you guys understand what I'm saying. You know, you always love and respect family, but there's just some family members you gotta distance yourself from because of the way they are. I made that guy run out of the river. Oops, my bad. Anyway, guys, I mean, that's really the whole story. It's a very emotional story, to be honest with you. Like I said, best dog you could ever ask for, man. I just keep rambling on because I feel like there's something I'm missing, which there may not be. Like I said, the people of you that have a dog right now, you guys cherish that dog, man, because you will never understand real pain until that dog either it dies, or you have to put it down, or it gets really sick and you're scared. Man, the fear that goes through your body when you feel like you might have to put that dog down. That dog, man, she was the sweetest little thing you could ever meet. You know, my family took so hard, my friends, you know, they're there for me, which I'm glad they are, because, you know, friends are really your biggest supporters, like those real friends. I'm not talking about those fake friends that only do stuff with you because, you know, you're known as a cool kid or something. No, they're the friends that really stick by you because they mess with you, they love you. Them is real friends, y'all. Like, you guys don't understand, like, it's like to have true friends. That dude just sprayed around the corner with a purifier. That was stupid. Sorry guys, I might choke up, I don't know. I thought I would cry at least like 7 times during this video, but I'm keeping my cool. We're having our single cremation, paw print. I might upload I have uploaded a picture of her on my personal Instagram. I'll go back on my computer at some point and leave that in the description if you guys would like. But anyway, guys, this has been Magoofy Plays. Until next time, G's. Peace.